Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between. Every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, I am your host, James J, with Kaliko Yachts, who is not here, Mitch Mayhem, who is also not here. But hey, look who is here. Scooter Dust.
Yo, yo, yo!
Sadly, it is not a great day for wrestling. We lost a true legend in Tracy Smothers. He was 58 years old, I believe.
Yes, yes.
I feel like
Tracy.
I feel like we know the name, but he hasn't been like up there with Hulk Hogan's and Randy Savage's, but he is well known, right, Scooter?
Yeah, but I mean, back in the day, he he was really more well known. In the you know, early '80s, mid '80s, and then as we got into the '90s, he kind of dropped out a little bit. Found a resurgence in his career in ECW, and um, you know, spent a little bit of time in the closing moments of the USWA before he was in the WWE for a cup of coffee. Um, Probably his most well-known WWE moment as Freddie Joe Floyd was defeating Justin Hawk Bradshaw, aka JBL, on an episode of Superstars. Uh, Current fans today will probably remember him as a member of the Full-Blooded Italians in ECW, which was ironic considering Tracy Smothers was a Southern boy through and through.
Kayfabe, Scooter, kayfabe.
Well, I mean, he was a wild-eyed Southern boy to start in Florida Championship Wrestling. Had a you know, not a main eventer, not I wouldn't even say upper card, but mid card for most of his career. But when he was in the mid card, he was something worth watching. Uh, Smothers' health issues were not a secret to anybody in these past few months, including a campaign to raise money to help him pay his hospital bills.
And our thoughts and prayers go out to Tracy's family as well.
Um, Interesting little tidbit. Um, you had scheduled with an interview scheduled with an indie wrestler named Bam Bam Malone. Funny enough, Bam Bam Malone actually wrestled Tracy Smothers a number of years ago.
Oh, that's really, I did not know that. And
Yeah, looking at his match history, I saw it, and we'll probably that'll probably be one of the focal points of the interview when it drops next week.
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and obviously this week we interviewed Whiskey John, which was a true pleasure. Interesting to hear about somebody that, just started their career, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Very, very interesting.
we are being joined by Mitch Mayhem right now.
Yo, what up?
And next week on Wednesday night wrestling with interviews, we are interviewing Christian Robinson, who in my mind is going to be a mega star in the next 2 to 3 years. I don't think I was going to say 5, but I think he's going to break out before that. No, Scooter?
If not 3, we'll probably definitely be reading about him on TV in some way within 5 years.
Absolutely. And a week from then, we are also interviewing Bam Bam Malone, as you alluded to. So wrestling with interviews is picking up, and we're excited to interview these wrestlers and kind of see what's going on in independent wrestling in the pandemic era. Speaking of independent wrestling, Thunder Rosa lost the NWA NWA Championship to Serena Deeb this week, which kind of came out of nowhere.
And that officially means that the NWA Women's Championship belongs to All Elite Wrestling.
Wait, what happened?
Thunder Rosa lost the NWA Championship to Serena Deeb of AEW Wrestling.
Serena Deeb's with AEW?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay. I know who Serena Deeb is.
And
the CM Punk cult, but yeah.
And Billy Corgan, formerly of the Smashing Pumpkins and now owner of the NWA, cleared up Thunder Rosa's contractual obligations. And it turns out both AEW and WWE have an interest in her, but most likely, even though Corrigan said she's under contract until 2021,
2021 is 2 months away.
Well, that's the beginning of it, smartass.
It doesn't say specifically what month,
Exactly.
but Thunder Rosa most likely headed to Stanford.
And honestly, I think that may be the best place for her. You know, women's wrestling in WWE is probably the hottest. I mean, they have the best talent roster. If you don't believe me, check out the PWI's 100 list. The top 5 women were all WWE. But, you know, Serena Deeb, obviously when NWA comes back, if it ever comes back, working relationship with AEW, no?
That's a huge possibility. Nothing really guaranteed at this point, but it seems that yes, most likely NWA and AEW will be working more together.
Also in the news, Jake Hager won his Bellator fight against Brendan Kelton. It kind of seems like Jake is a pretty badass guy. You know, he's undefeated in MMA.
You do know that there was controversy because he hit below the belt, right?
In this last match?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yep. And the match before that, he got disqualified for doing it like 3 times.
Well, he's still undefeated in Bellator, which...
Yeah, if you keep nutshotting people and getting DQ'd, yeah, you'll keep from losing a fucking match.
That's what I was going to say. It's kind of kabuki-ish, but he's undefeated.
But he won it by split decision.
Yeah, split between the nuts.
What do you think keeps Jake Hager from being a main event player in pro wrestling? Because it always seems like there's something holding him back. Mitch, do you want
His
to talk?
attitude. I think he thinks he's above a lot of people because of his size. Maybe. I think so. He's got a big head. He does have ego.
What about you, Scooter? What do you think?
Charisma. He has none. Plain and simple.
That's true too.
That is a really good point.
But it's more than, it's not just that. It's more. It's way more than that. But yeah.
And earlier this week, we got our first Halloween Havoc in 20 years.
It's a Frankenstein. It's not WWE or WCW. It's NXT. So I mean, my point is, it's kind of new. It's got the old Halloween Havoc name, but I don't think it's gonna really be the old Halloween Havoc we know.
It was a really good show.
I didn't see it.
But that's what I was gonna ask you. Obviously we're not going to cover all of Halloween Havoc tonight because we have other things on the agenda. But just give your thoughts on the show as a whole, Scooter, because you actually saw it.
It was
fuck off.
it was a very good show. The spin the wheel, make the deal gimmick.
They brought that back. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, after
that's a Dusty idea, I think.
Sometimes things go away for so long that they can come back and have a chance at being successful again. This is one of those examples. Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano for the North American title in what was called a Devil's Playground match. Now,
but what's the Hell in a Cell match?
Yes, for those of you that were thinking Hell in a Cell, no, even though Devil's Playground is the nickname for the Hell in a Cell match, this was just your basic Extreme Rules Falls Count Anywhere type of match. However, once again, Johnny Gargano is the NXT North American champion.
And once again, he won a championship, not at a takeover.
Yes, but he won it thanks to Ghostface.
Yeah.
Who?
Somebody.
I didn't hear you. I said what?
Somebody dressed in the Killer from Scream costume.
Oh, the mask.
Yes.
The ghost mask, yeah.
But it just worse thing enough is that somebody else in a Ghostface mask interfered in Candice LeRae, Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship.
Get it? He's a Ghostface killer. Ha!
But Candice did
That's
not.
a Wu-Tang member, clan member. But anyway.
But Candice did not win the NXT Women's Championship. The House of Horrors match. If you had doubts about Cameron Grimes before, Cameron Grimes plays the chicken shit heel to perfection.
I think because it's like I think he has part of it in him.
And
That's so good because it is him.
As well, I also think this benefited Dexter Lumis, who can be that sort of eerie character, but still be a face without.
Talk about a character revival. He was from old TNA, dude, and like they brought that over. That it's one of the first gimmicks they actually brought over and made their own. Which I'm glad, but they need to do more things like that.
He actually had
a Abyss. I would love to see Abyss.
He actually had a stint in NWA as well.
Who?
Loomis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not saying much. A lot of people had a stint in NWA.
Also, the biggest shock of Halloween Havoc after Pat McAfee was the one who revealed that he paid off Ridge Holland to attack Adam Cole back at TakeOver. But
yeah, I'm so sick of fucking Pat McAfee.
But with none of the Undisputed Era in the building except Kyle O'Reilly comes out and he's got 2 chairs with him. But the other chair is for Pete fucking Dunne.
And how good did Pete Dunne look? Like, he really got ripped during the pandemic, didn't he, Scooter?
Quarantine?
Yeah, he did. And you know what made this even better? Pete Dunne turning on Kyle O'Reilly.
Hold on.
Pat McAfee.
I mean,
but there was no real. Let me just be devil's advocate real quick here. There was no like relationship between those two for Dunne to turn on him. It wasn't like a big payoff.
No, you're absolutely right about that, Scooter. Mitch, my bad. You know, Stevie Wonder, a blindfolded Stevie Wonder could have saw that coming.
If Score is working with McAfee, I get that, but I mean, there was no establishment between Dunne and O'Reilly for it to matter about that. Like it didn't really matter in my opinion.
It's just a babyface code.
I'm gonna disagree there because I think this is the exception where the return of someone we haven't seen in a while and who is on track to be one of the greatest superstars in the business.
O'Reilly?
No, Pete Dunne. The shock of Pete Dunne, especially when we all thought he was stuck in England. And it just so it's shocking. The return was shocking. The turn, however, yes, Ray Charles saw it. Stevie Wonder saw it. Somebody else with no eyes.
Stevie Wonder sees everything, but no, I'm joking. That's besides the point. No, that's a joke, though.
But Pete Dunne now joining Pat McAfee's army, and this is most likely what we're going to see at War Games. Undisputed Era against Team McAfee.
Fucking dude. The more McAfee's on the fucking TV, it just makes me want to fucking vomit.
Oh,
He's finagled his way on through his fucking celebrity of being a kicker.
Well,
and that's the only reason why he's there. Because he had a name. Otherwise, they wouldn't have touched him with a 10-foot fucking pole.
Oh my god, Pat McAfee has been great on NXT TV. I mean, you hate him, right?
So I hated him before that.
Well,
but I hated him way long before that. I mean, he was trying to be liked.
I don't think he's ever wanted to be liked.
Yeah,
I think he knows he's a heel.
He played to the crowd in his first few months. Yeah, he did.
Anyway, last thing on our news today, a lot of WWE superstars shut down their Twitch's account. Is that the
so fucked up, dude? Okay, hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be the turning point of where people are gonna make the option of if it's literally worth it monetarily to sign with WWE. Because Twitch, you can gain more money on Twitch if you do it right. And if they have a celebrity name, that automatically brings viewers.
Even the other day, Paige got really emotional talking about her Twitch account.
And I'm with her, dude. I'm 100% behind her.
I mean, it's unfair. I mean, she literally gave her neck twice for the company, and
someone should fucking take WWE to court and hold their fucking balls to the fire on this independent contract bullshit. This is where it should bite them in the fucking ass.
If you can find a lawyer, they can the superstar.
Yeah, that's the problem. Money talks.
I mean,
in capitalist society like this, unfortunately,
they're definitely gonna have to redefine the word independent contractor, correct? Scooter?
They're gonna have to make them employees, dude, or they're gonna have to like give like specific benefits to where like they cannot be exploited, because straight up they're being exploited.
You know, I actually agree with you, Mitch. What about you, Scooter?
Straight up.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. And I think the notion that they're shutting down their Twitches instead of giving them over to Vince. Yeah, I really hope that message gets through to Vince. It won't.
It won't. Fuck no, it won't. Nothing gets through the Vince unless it has money value behind it.
Definitely something is going to come out of this. Hopefully, it's to the benefit of the superstars. And that will conclude our coverage of the news.
What it could, real quick, what it could lead to is a mass exodus of people when their contracts are up.
That is a possibility. Or a renegotiation of some sort.
Yeah, to say the least.
Now,
but okay, real quick, you know what I smell? I'm gonna say it. 5-letter word that starts with a U. Union.
Now, apparently the superstars are apparently they are gathering together to go to Vince directly and
unionize
and argue to lift this edict.
I don't think he's going to give a shit unless they organize. I really don't think that. They need to organize to get him to. They need to force his attention on the matter, because he won't give a fuck unless he's forced to the table.
Yeah, but WWE is releasing the public statement that the entire roster have signed new deals with higher downside guarantees due to no road expenses.
Okay, so wait, are you trying to say that with this in mind, with the Twitch shutdowns and everything, that they reworked their contracts and gave them more? Is that what they're saying?
That is what they are trying to say. I don't know if
I think that's PR bullshit, but if it's true, it's better than nothing.
Now, the other...
I don't believe it. And it's not worth controlling people's accounts. But anyways, go ahead.
The other big thing coming out of this is that either the WWE is going to launch their own social media video streaming platform.
I saw that coming.
Or they're going to come to an agreement with Twitch directly to make
and get a cut.
A WWE division of Twitch.
Oh shit. If that happens, then what stops other businesses from trying to do the fucking same?
That's a good point.
Common decency.
It's a fucking existing business, Scooter, and you fucking know it. Don't give me that bullshit.
I'm not saying it exists, but
it doesn't exist in business.
The reason why we see guys like Evil Uno doing, we see the AEW guys doing that stuff.
That's honestly, real quick, common decency. That's things that it's used against people like us, dude. Honest to God. They use that shit against us. I really believe it. But go ahead.
I mean, yeah. Tony Khan could take one look at this and try to do something like this, but Tony Khan...
Say what you will about,
Tony Khan, I will say this, Tony Khan is more of an employer's side businessman than than the board of directors. Like
I dare say he seems more approachable.
Exactly.
Well, one thing you guys left out is Impact Wrestling. They used to stream their whole show on Twitch at one point. I think they might actually still do.
They still do. They stream at the most random times.
So, could this maybe be the start of, you said Twitch, WWE division of Twitch. Do you see that maybe being more of a wrestling division? Well,
No.
we could. Okay.
No. Specifically WWE, because Impact.
They want to control the revenue stream.
For most of the talent in Impact, intellectual property is not even an issue.
That's different. Impact's different because they're using it for exposure, not monetary benefit, more or less.
It's another way of what I'm trying to say is that they don't care about the intellectual property side.
They don't care about the monetary side of it.
They're doing it because they know it's primarily the
how you get
way to be seen,
eyes and viewers. Yeah, it's the new cable TV. It's if you want but if you want to buy ads, you're gonna reach like people over 40. If you want to reach people under 40, you buy things on like ads on Twitch or YouTube.
Plus, also with Twitch, they can choose when to take ad breaks.
Well, they've been making content creators do hourly ad breaks.
I will say this.
Did you hear me though? They have been they instituted that already.
Now, I will say this. If Twitch ends up modifying their terms of service to accommodate the WWE, you will see a mass exodus from Twitch.
Well, I think it also, like I said, it opens the gates for other people to make loopholes with Twitch themselves. And then it dirties the waters, I think. And then at what point, like, where's too far at that point? You know what I'm saying?
What the other part of that was what Scooter was saying was that there might be a WWE streaming service of like a Twitch.
A division on Twitch, like a WWE
completely
theme,
separate,
like section. Right, like I said, other businesses will take advantage of that and try to do that themselves. And then at what point does it become basically what cable was in terms of like branding all the time?
I think the biggest comparison to this, and I hate to use this, is what Bella Thorne did to OnlyFans.
But
I have
hold on, go ahead.
I
got a thought I'm trying to hold on to.
Because Bella Thorne, the actress, former Disney starlet,
unfortunately we know,
ended up opening up an OnlyFans account where men and women can
she's
sell
not even that cute.
Pornographic content, and she was, and it works on a system where there's a fluctuating price system there, and Bella Thorne's celebrity, and I use the term very loosely.
No, I would say notoriety.
Ended up skewing that fluctuation to such a degree that the ones that were making genuine content for OnlyFans were now essentially being
real quick for anyone listening. What she did was she said she was gonna have OnlyFans implying nudes, and she didn't do nudes, and it fucked everyone else over that was doing that. That's basically what happened.
Yeah, and that's essentially like the same. It's the same sort of principle behind the money. And without getting into the economics of it,
I forgot what I was gonna say. So fuck it.
So we can all agree that something is going to come out of this.
Yes.
it doesn't necessarily seem it's a good thing for WWE that they started this, but they're in it now.
Yeah, and then they are in it. They are up the creek without a paddle.
And I think that's a good place to leave this conversation for right now, and conclude our coverage of the news.